Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to the Leadership Initiative in Slay again. In the last episode, I talked about leadership works on two factors: employee centered dimension and production centered dimension. Employee centered dimension is something which primarily focused on employees' welfare, happiness, and satisfying work experience, or you can say satisfying work culture, right? However, another one, that is production centered dimension, which is focused towards attaining organizational objectives or vision rather being concerned about employee welfare. We also talked about that any of this direction alone is something you cannot achieve better, right? You need to have a kind of balance between these two different dimensions, and then you can have a better team, even the best team, and have better or best productivity or visionary approach, right? Now let's talk about some insight and how can we make sure that both the factors are met, and we can have a team along with self-driven mindset, accountability, being responsible, taking ownership, have moral values, great coordination, and at last inspiration, right? Here you can see I didn't talk about motivation. I talked about inspiration. Why? Because motivation doesn't work for me. Okay? Because this is a short-term boosters which I don't like. I need some permanent resolutions, right? So motivation is something which can motivate you for 1 day, 2 day, a month, 6 months. It's a very long, but yeah. But for your entire career, it's not gonna work, right? That's why I took inspiration as more valuable than your motivation. Inspiration is something you can take from any leadership team members in your team. It could be manager, VP, CEO, anyone which you really like and like their attitudes, right? If not, then you can have inspiration from any of your previous organization if you have worked with such kind of leadership around, or you can be inspired with some great people around the world. Leadership nowadays, social media is quite giving a great experience towards, or you can look forward for certain books which really motivates, which gives you a vision, a path for a success, or have your thought process brainstorming towards your goal, towards your vision, right? So look forward for the vision, right? Now let's come to the leadership again, come back. You cannot work in extreme of both of these factors. Like neither you can go in employee centered dimension, nor you can get into production centered dimension, right? You need to have a balance, right? Because working with any of these factors in extreme will harm your vision. Okay? You need to balance both the factors to achieve a great result. You cannot be a leader who are only task oriented or target oriented and doesn't care about your people. You cannot just target your work to be completed or accomplished, right? In this way, you will create a negative mindset. I'm not talking about long term, in short term as well, right? You won't be able to retain your people, okay? You won't be able to nurture their talent, and at the same time, you won't be able to develop another leader inside your team, okay? On the other hand, as a leader, you cannot be weak and passive about your people only. You cannot put them over your results like they are in your organization, only enjoying, having salary created in your account with no visionary achievements, right? You cannot make sure that nobody is offended, because you need to have hard discussions whenever it is required, right? Every single team member in your team cannot have the same self-disciplined mindset, because everyone is different, and there would be diversifications, right? So you need to have soft discussion, hard discussion, certain knowledge transfer, sometimes emotional transfer as well, right? You need to make sure that they are contributing towards your success and have no negative impact to your business, right? Again, the key in leadership is a balance between these two factors which we discussed. But if you will take it in certain processes around, then you need to have a balance your tasks with people, results with your professional relationships, accountability with connection, responsibility with everyone's contribution, right? Productivity analysis against your each of the team members. At last, further discussions, even a hard discussion if required, right? If you will see a team, there are different mentalities. Someone is really inspired and want to gain success faster, they will keep on running. If the work is not balanced, you will find these honest people, right, being burnt out. However, at the same time, the people who are just taking this responsibility as a job, you align them with the task, they will do it and they will go away, right? But every time whenever you have these kind of traits around, I'm damn sure about it that the real people who are taking responsibilities, being having ownerships, right, those would be suffering all the time, right? If you fail in any of the items we discussed, you will land to a disruption and a certain other complications or challenges around your team or even the production, right? In the last episode, I also talked about performance plus trust. Let's talk these two pointers in the next episode. Until then, keep yourself motivated, right? Keep yourself on with leadership thoughts, processes, and terminologies. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Please DM me if you have any questions around it. your thoughts, additional inputs, feedbacks, and of course, the appreciation are important for us and are mostly welcomed.